Thursday, we are live. Welcome back to Armani TV. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Give yourselves a round of applause as well as a pat on the back. And as my kids' school and my kids' teachers would say, kiss your brain if you're here. Kiss your brain. All right, so welcome back. I'm holding this document, which is technically my upcoming work schedule for April, but I used it for the thumbnail, so this is not an actual resume, guys. Get that out of here. All right. Just wanted to give y'all a minute while we let the building build up. Let you guys see the combination today. So we feeling real. I'm in my American spirit. The red, white, and blue striped tie with the corporate pinstripe Jose Banks contrast collar shirt there, y'all. And as I told y'all in the video from yesterday, when I had on the three-piece the burgundy suit, that we was doing blue today. So yes, we did an all solid navy blue suit. Got a nice pair of classic Kohan loafers on the feet. Good blue socks. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? And of course the belt definitely matches the same tone as the shoes. So we talk about, gentlemen and putting together your shirt and your tie combos, as well as, just looking prepared for the office, whether it is an office, a meeting, an interview. So yeah, let's add that into before we actually get into the resume, as it ties in and how a gentleman or a lady should look going into an interview. Pardon me. Enjoying a nice nightcap. You guys know I'm a banker. I'm in the financial industry. I get a lot of compliments on these cufflinks here, the $ cufflinks. It's just a nice subtle touch, you know what I'm saying? Preferably the cuffs on this shirt or this jacket. I gotta get it tailored a little better, but you want your cuff to show, but it doesn't have to stick all the way out. Now, I'm not just dressed for work. Of course, I've been at work for 8 hours, so it's not as neat as it would normally be, first thing in the morning, but you showing a little cuff, and that's essentially the whole idea, is for them to get a little, a little blink of what's going on. So, but you show a little cuff with your jacket, with your shirt, and that's basically it. The cuff is usually going hide that timepiece, it should be able to slide right over that, so, or you could have your setup right here to be right underneath that, as I would normally do, and then just pull your jacket down just like this. So you see you got this sort of look right here going on, It's real subtle, it's real calm, So the gentleman should always be properly dressed for an interview. So that resume, the resume that we're gonna talk about today, and I'm getting you guys started. This is the first resume workshop, the first of many. The goal here is to help you guys to get your resumes in order to make yourselves more marketable, all right? What most people don't know is it's not just about how you're dressed, right? An employer is not even gonna see you. So you can have a closet full of great suits and you can look the part for the interview, but an employer is not even going to be interested in seeing you in person if your resume isn't on point. So the first thing that we got to get down, guys, is a good resume. And the purpose of this live is to give you guys some pointers and show you where your resume could possibly be lacking. So if you putting out your resume out there, you applying to different jobs, places like Indeed.com, shout out to Indeed. It would be nice to be sponsored by them, or like a Career Builder or even Monster. Any of those job hunting platforms that allows you to upload your resume on them and then send it out to multiple companies at a time. That's the greatest thing about having a resume done and having platforms like Indeed or Career Builder. All right. They allow you to be able to send out your resume to multiple different people at one time. So the first thing that we need to do is to get your resume on point, shape it up, get it right where it needs to be so that you are seeing more activity. You're getting more phone calls, your phone is ringing more, and the employers want to see you. That's going to happen from having a good resume. I get overwhelmed when I'm, looking for a new position. And overwhelmed, why do you think? Or why do you ask? I'm overwhelmed because of how many phone calls I actually get, how many emails, how many text messages that come to my phone. So I'm very big on keeping a planner, a good pen, and a highlighter so I can highlight things that, as you're planning, you want to make sure that you go over things that you actually are checking off your list. So if I'm setting up an appointment for Mrs. Jones or for this particular employer, I'm then highlighting ones I've actually got through. So when I'm going through my planner, I'm able to see how many people I applied to, and then I'm highlighting how many I've actually got a response back or that I've spoken with. So it's a great way to measure, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I hit 10 employers on this day, 3 of them hit me back. Then you get a measurement, you know what I'm saying? You can start coming up with percentages as to the percentage of, your job search. So like I always say, guys, fail to plan and you're pretty much planning to fail. So you don't have to have this planner in particular. I got this out of Walgreens for like 12 bucks. You know what I'm saying? It's markings by C.R. Gibson. All right, so just in case you were feeling this sort of planner, it's very nice. It's outlined. You know what I'm saying? It gives me everything that I need to do. So I got a daily agenda on this side with a nice space for a to-do list. And then on this side, I got notes, a little calendar, as well as some reminders. So very detailed for a guy like myself who's very organized. I like to put things where they are, everything where it needs to be. Salute, salute. If you're just coming in the building, again, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button while you're here. Even if you in and out, it is all good. You guys know I do these lives for informational and inspirational purposes only. I could care less about the numbers. I could sit here and talk to myself all day long. All right. On the replays and the people that do catch the information on the back end, hopefully they grab something from it. There's a gem in every single live. All right. So the greatest thing about Armani TV, once again, just to sell you guys on a reason to hit that like button or hit the subscribe button, is that not only, you got a guy who's full of enthusiasm, right? So I may not be the most excited right now, based on the topic that we're talking about. We're trying to make resumes fun or at least sound interesting. But the fact of the matter is, it's a serious subject matter. You know what I'm saying? But not only do you get the entertainment side, but you get the informational side. All right. I wish I can go to somebody's channel, or at least when I needed to, and got the help that I was looking to get when I was trying to achieve a certain thing. So that's essentially what I use YouTube for. As I was telling you guys in my video from yesterday, a very small percentage of myself comes to YouTube to be entertained. It's more informational purposes for me. Now, there's so many different channels on YouTube. Your timeline can get inundated, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of BS or nonsense that you're not technically looking for, So, this is the reason why we got to monitor and we got to be careful of the time that we're spending on these different channels. And that's the biggest thing that I tout myself about, is that if you spend 20 to 30 minutes on this channel, it was a great 20 to 30 minutes of your day spent. You know that. Deep down, you feel that. You know what I'm saying? So share the video with a friend that you feel, would benefit from the information. That is somebody that's, climbing and trying to strive and achieve in their lives. Because people will come into Armani TV and they're leaving inspired. You know what I'm saying? If I could say honestly, that just from me going live and showing you guys what I'm about, all right, my whole talk off, my whole modus operandi, my whole MO, if that could inspire one YouTuber to at least start presenting himself differently, you know what I'm saying, to where we don't always got to see the hood look, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us are doing business, even the hood guys. And I've dibbled and dabbled in hood business, guys. I didn't come out the womb. I didn't come out the pussy with a suit on. I didn't come out the pussy speaking the way that I do. I had to be inspired. I had to be influenced. So a part of this live as well is showing you guys it's okay to be influenced. If you came here or if you saw the video and, you know what I'm saying, your boy was suited and booted, you know what I mean? Good rollie on the wrists, you know what I'm saying? The money cufflinks. If any of that inspires you and you just wanted to match that look, you know what I'm saying? Leave a like. That's exactly why you're here. And I'm the channel that's going to show you how to do so. I can show you how to do this with $10. $10. I'm a big thrifter. Big thrifter. A lot of my designer ties, designer suits, thrift store. It's how you put it together. It's how you make it look. It's how you carry yourself with it. And then I'm a person that makes money, but I don't have to spend a shitload of it on a designer name just because, you know what I'm saying? Or to think that it's going to gain the attention of a particular crowd. I'm not looking to impress anybody but the money, the stuff that I'm focused on, the people that are going to help me to get to that level that I'm at. I'm not looking to impress my followers or subscribers. In fact, you guys are more, pardon me, I take that back. You guys are actually who I'm looking to impress or make an impression upon, is my followers, subscribers, the people that see me on Instagram, the 6,000 something people that follow my company page, Apps by Well Connected. Shout out to Apps by Well Connected as well. Grassroots, built that whole platform up from the ground. Close to, we pushing the 10K mark. No bots, no bot followers, anything like that. And that's just simply off of what I do in regards to mobile app development. So I had to literally, and my friend, it was a female friend of mine, shout out to Dior Lucas, who is a spa owner. All right. She's a wonderful lady. I've known her since we were 9 years old. That's like that Rudy and Bud sort of relationship, literally. Rudy Huxtable and Bud. Known each other since we was 9 years old. I've always been a striver, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I'm doing in the finance industry. And now she's an entrepreneur, female entrepreneur. So I definitely want to give a round of applause to her. One of my best female friends. Actually, she is my best female friend outside of my daughter. All right. She is my best female friend in real life. But she's the one who actually inspired. She was like, yo, bro, you got to make a separate page just for yourself. Because like you have that personality. But like all we see is like the apps and stuff. We'll see that, and then we'll get a mixture of you doing what you do. And I think that more people would be like just interested in just that. And I'm like, really? I should make a whole nother, leave the apps just what that is and only post the app stuff on there, but make a separate page for yourself. So I took her advice, and that hence why you got Capo Connected. My nickname Capo. So my personal profile is separated from my business profile. So on my personal profile, the 1,200, 1,100 followers that I do have on there, I'm not dressing up or, speaking how I'm speaking to impress them. You know what I'm saying? Those are friends, random people that started following me on Instagram. So whatever you follow me for on there is the reason that you'll keep following me on there. But I'm not doing what I'm doing just for those followers or anybody on Facebook. Facebook is full of friends and family anyway. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like they need to change the name to FAP, for friends and family. It should just be FAP, F-A-F. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially what you get on Facebook. You don't really go to Facebook to meet new people. You may gain new people on Facebook, or you go there to add somebody after you've met somebody at a concert or whatever. And it's like, oh, you on Facebook? It's like a directory. It's like giving out your phone number. It's almost like a business card. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of other stuff going on there. But we won't get tied up on Facebook right now. So again, having the profile separated from the business profile, that way, we keep everything on the up and up. But again, just showing you guys that there is something different that you will get from Armani TV. And essentially, I'm tuned into my followers and my subscribers. This is for you guys, all right? I do it. I make my monies. I make a living, a very nice living. And if I can impress upon the people that are following me how to mimic those moves and do the same, then I've done a great deed. I've done a great deed. These are things that make me feel good as a human being. All right, so let's rock and roll. Rule number 1 about a resume. Your contact information. So your resume should, rule number 0. Let's start with 0. I always start with 0 because 0 is a number. Let me hit my joint real quick. You see, you got that balance here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my suit, don't mean I'm not going to like my joint. You know what I mean? I like to relax. I still like to do what I do. This is that balance. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is not a guy that's trying to look a certain way this is me in all of my splendor, as Jay-Z would say. All my splendor. This is me. So let me do what I do. How's everybody's day been, by the way? Leave a comment down below how your day's been. Salute, my guy, Slewfoot Slim in the building. Salute, baby. Thank you for hitting that like button, brother. Appreciate you being in the building. It's big business as usual. Slew, I'm your corporate friend, man. I'm that friend out of everybody's group. I'm that guy that, you could say, yo, I got a banker friend. Yeah, he's been in banking for years, 20 plus years, worked for every bank. He's currently with Wells Fargo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he could help you to get your credit right. I'm that friend. I'm that friend, all right? And I don't take friendships lightly. So if I call you a friend, hopefully you are somebody that I can consider a brother in the near future. But I really don't do friends and associates. So people like my guy, Slewfoot Slim, who I just mentioned, who's in the building right now. Salute to you, my guy. Always been in the building. Slewfoot was in the building when I just had a room at my sister's house. And I was in the corner. I used to not really move the live. If I did a live outside, I was outside. But if I was in the crib, I was always in that corner. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trapped to a room. Look where we at now, Slew. Look what we done did. And we on number 2. A lot of y'all didn't even, fireplace behind me. I got a real fireplace behind me, real logs in there behind that 85-inch screen. And then I got another fireplace right over there that I could plug up, the electric joint. You know what I'm saying? That does give off heat as well. It's just a nice little look. And I'm a very simple guy. I like open space. You know what I mean? I got a nice antique couch over there in the corner. Matter of fact, we definitely going to be on the balcony today. It's 80 degrees where I'm at in North Carolina. So when I take this suit off, we definitely going to go out there and enjoy a drink and a joint on the balcony. You know what I'm saying? But this is where we at now. From a room to a balcony space. And there's a lot more space back there. Washer and dryer set up. I got everything in this house that I need. To be honest with you guys, I've always been a homebody anyway. I really don't like to leave the crib. I go out and party. I date. My lady, I'll take her out. We go out to eat, whatever the case is. I am a very fun guy. But I'm so outgoing. I heard a Cameron line one time, and it resonated with me. Cam said, why he outgoing, but don't be going out. And we all know Cam style. Cam, you know him to say something simple just like that. Like if he said outgoing, he's going to figure a line to flip those last 2 words. He said, why he outgoing, but don't be going out. In that exact tone. Y'all know Cam. Shout out to Cameron. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always felt about myself, to be honest with you. Way too outgoing to catch me in the club scene. If I was in the middle of the club, if you ever seen White Girls with Sean and Marlon Wayans, when they played the females, the white girls, remember that scene where Terry Crews was in the club, losing it, dancing all crazy? That's how I would be. And I wouldn't be dancing and all that. It's just that because of my energy, like my personality, I'd be in there mingling, you know what I'm saying? It'll get to a point to where it'll seem like the spotlight was just following me everywhere that I went around that actual club. So I was never like a big party goer and all that. Again, I'll do it, I'll partake, but for the most part, I build my crib like a fortress. You know what I'm saying? You want to build your surroundings, make it something that you don't want to leave. Bottles on tap. As a matter of fact, I still got to fill this up. Again, we just moved in, y'all. We literally just made a month. So I got a whole little setup right here, my little bartender setup that I got to fill up. So y'all tell me what 4 bottles I should put here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me which 4 bottles. Comment down in the video. Yo, this is a nice bottle. I love my Taylor Port. In regards to a red wine, that definitely is my favorite. In regards to wine, period, Taylor Port is my favorite. I'm not really, if I'm drinking white, Sauvignon Blanc, you know what I'm saying? But red wine, Taylor Port all day. It's a New York port, inexpensive, but great, and gets me where I like to be. I don't like to just be drinking just to be drinking, and you know what I'm saying? Give me at least a little buzz. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the Lord said don't drink to be drunk. I'm not trying to get drunk, but you know what I'm saying? At least let me feel like I'm not drinking grape juice. So, but yeah, y'all, build your joint, set your fortress up, and this all comes from having a great resume. So we're going to get back to the resume. So, number 0, your resume should speak for you. It shouldn't just say McDonald's, worked the fries, did the drive-thru, bus tables. Watch how, and this is why you hear it right now. I got to keep the music off for this because this is the most important part of the resume. This is the workshop. Your resume should speak for you and how you helped a company to grow. So Armani TV is getting ready to show you how even a job like McDonald's can sound fucking upscale. Watch this. Instead of now, we gonna use me as the example. I'm the McDonald's worker. Here's my resume. Instead of McDonald's, flip the burgers, work the fries, work the drive-thru. Here's how Armani would tailor that. McDonald's. My vast knowledge in knowing the menu allowed me to speed up production in the drive-through by, let's throw a random number out there, 2%. I'll repeat. My vast knowledge of the menu allowed me to speed up production in the drive-through by 2%. You could just throw a number out there. At that point, the employer is reading this and knows exactly what you're saying, which is in simple, because I knew the menu like the back of my black ass hand, I was able to speed up production in the drive-through because I already knew the menu. Okay, you want that? Pickles? Okay. Because I just knew the menu, I was able to be faster and more efficient. That's what your resume should fucking say. You could make McDonald's is good. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. Why would you not give it the props that you and it deserves? You think I'm a down or look down on you because I'm in a suit and I work at Wells Fargo? I'm on an hourly wage. Technically speaking, I could be making way more money just driving my car. This is building character, guys. It's showing the youth that it is okay to jump out there and get a career, to learn something and to build with it. A lot of y'all, if y'all was given the chance to be at a company like Wells Fargo and you gave it a shot and actually tried it, you'd find yourself liking the shit like, damn, this whole time. And all the nigga wanted to do was play the block. This whole time. You like money so much, imagine being able to walk into an establishment where that's what it smells like. I'm in the vault daily. You know, like literally to walk into a certain space and that's all you smell is fresh bills. They don't even got to be fresh. You just smell money. I like it that much. So it confuses me at times when dudes say that they about their money, so on, and then I'm like, yeah, really? Like, have you ever worked in finance? You're not that enthusiastic about it. Oh, okay. You just like essentially selling drugs. Because a lot of y'all that even you call yourselves hustlers, and somebody that sells drugs is a drug dealer. A hustler is somebody who used to sell drugs, who can walk his ass into a boardroom and leave out with that position. A hustler is somebody that you can give shoestrings, who also works inside of Wells Fargo, but he could sell them shoestrings on the side. He knows to put up a little site or whatever the case is to get them shoestrings off. Essentially, a hustler is somebody who can make something out of nothing. And it's multiple different areas. Again, I could buy a monkey from a pet shop and I could train that monkey. Okay, you give the person this, the drugs, you give them this. When they show you money, they show you what, and then you give them this. They show you this, you give them that. You could train a monkey to do that. And you stand right here in this corner. And he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? And he'll be sitting there doing what you trained him to do. That's a drug dealer. You just turned that monkey into a drug dealer, by the way. He's not a hustler unless you could teach that monkey how to survive and to keep being able to do that in any setting or situation that you put him in. And more than likely, again, unless it's built in him, it's got to be in him. It's just like training for a job. The new job that you'll get after completing the resume workshop here on Armani TV. It's going to be just like that. You're going to be training on the job. You know what I'm saying? But until you know what you're doing, that's all it is essentially somebody telling you how things go and you following the directions. You could train a monkey to do that. But there's certain things that are going to be within you that you'll show on your job that the job can't train you on. They can't train you to be the people person that you may already naturally be. They can try to enhance it with certain little workshops, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just not a people person, you somebody shy and a little timid, and, you know what I'm saying? Being around people and those things are always going to intimidate you until you overcome that. You got certain people who are natural people persons. Myself, I knew this about myself since I was very young, like 8, 7 years old. It was always everybody following me. Everybody wants to come to Armani's house. Even when I didn't have much, when we was growing up, in the Bronx, 163rd, in my grandmother's apartment. Me, my mother, and my sister my sister shared a bed for a minute. Yeah, but till I was like 8. So even not having much, it was my personality that people wanted to be around. So I already knew that there's something, my calling in life, what it was meant for me to do was going to involve helping people and on a large capacity, and I was going to be prepared for it. If you put me in front of 1,000 people, I'm going to be just like this. You could strip the whole suit off. Put me in front of 1,000 with my favorite pair of denims, which is a pair of Balmains I got. Shout out to a Mary, but my favorite pair of jeans currently in my collection is still an old pair of Balmains. Put me in a pair of those, a pair of my Jordans, and a t-shirt. I'm going to be the same guy. I tell people this all the time. Whether I was at Burger King in the drive-thru asking you, is there anything else I can get for you? Do you need extra napkins? Any condiments? Is there anything else I can do? I would be the same person. The talk off would be the same. To keep it 100 with you, I actually do have a part-time job still at Sheetz. If you know Sheetz, the little local convenience / gas station store here in the South. That was a job that I got before I got to Wells Fargo. So the whole point is a hustler is going to be willing to do whatever to beat a donut. A donut is a zero. So it's better to have something coming in than nothing. So in the midst of your hustle, you'll accept this position while you're working to get to this position. You get what I'm saying? And that's a hustler. A drug dealer, all he's going to want to do, he might try a job for 2 days and they going to tell you it's not for them. I tried it for 2 days. It just wasn't for me. You'll never know if anything is for you after trying it for 2 days. Well, maybe certain things in life, maybe food. I think that food is the only thing that you could probably try for that short of a time and know that it's not for you in that short of a time. Hold on, y'all. Let me crack this. I ain't got the air on. And it's really 80 degrees today. Sheesh. But all right, so number 0. Your resume should speak for you and what you did for the job, how you helped the job. Don't just list a bunch of duties or things that you're doing there. All right, so again, the example that I used, McDonald's. My vast knowledge of the menu allowed me to increase the flow of the drive-thru by 2%. And you could put a certain date and time, probably make it match up to the dates and time that you were at that job, McDonald's. So if it was 2010 and the month of June, my vast knowledge of the drive-thru allowed me to increase traffic by 2%. It should speak for how you help to advance the company. Or McDonald's, my friendly personality, my outgoing personality afforded me residual customers. Use different words as well. If you're going to be talking about a position that may not be as prominent as, let's say, a elite or, a higher position, use different words. You know what the word afford means? It doesn't just mean, oh, I can pay for something. You can use afford in the context of something that, that you bring about, or something that is brought about based on you. Your personality can afford you things, not just money. So my friendly personality, my open personality afforded me many residual customers. You ever been to a place and literally like your favorite Starbucks or whatever the case is, and just that, that cashier or that sales associate that's always super friendly with you, knows you by name, took the time to learn your name. You always want to go there because that person makes you feel good. And there's a way that you could word that on your resume to make it, you know what I'm saying? My friendliness, my openness with the customers afforded me residual business. I kept people coming back on a daily basis. If I was at work, they wanted to come in. Simple. So that's just one tip and 2 different examples of how you should be wording your resume. That's how it should speak. Again, you don't want to just put swept the floor, mopped, If you're going to say that you did that and those are things that you did, word it differently. How can I say this? My exceptional cleaning skills, my exceptional cleaning skills brought back customers on a daily basis. If you're going to tell them that you swept and cleaned the floors, at least tie it into how that kept customers coming back in. That's what a company wants to hear. They already know what you did at McDonald's because we all ate at McDonald's. We know the person, somebody's working fries, somebody's flipping the burgers, somebody's running the cashier. So again, you're going to stand out. And think about how many other people got McDonald's on their resume. You want to be the candidate that gets the phone call, you got to make it stand out. And as you can see, just off of lingo alone, I don't have any problem tailoring my resume to do that. I know that much. My father taught me that when I first came back from North Carolina, when I was getting my first office position around 18 years old. And he asked me, what do you want to do? And I said, I'll sweep the floor at Chase Bank. I don't care. Literally said that. Not knowing that in a couple months, I would be putting on my suit for my very first office position with my name on the door. I was doing college admissions, guys, at 19 years old. College admissions. The first person I interviewed to say, okay, you want to come back to school? What do you want to do and why do you want to do that? They were 55 years old. I was 19, a baby behind the desk. There's a whole suit on. You know, like you see a picture of like a kid, like a baby, literally with like his dad's clothes and they all big, and essentially that's it. I was a kid just wearing a suit. Just had the personality that I have. Was always a thinker. You know what I'm saying? And that outgoing personality. My outgoing personality afforded me elite positions at a very early age. I should have been in college and I was signing people up for college classes. Think about that. Think about that. It's levels to life. While I should have been on the side of the desk that they were signing up for class, I was the one signing them up. I was 19. As a matter of fact, I was so young, I remember my boss saying, I'm going to hire you, kid. I'm going to start you with $25,000 a year. And this is all the way back in 2006. I remember my eyes just got big. I heard that number. And he slapped me on the back. He was like, cheer up. He said, that's $8 more than what you asked me for. And I already knew, but think about it. I walked in a job asking for $8 an hour, humble, was willing to sweep the floor, and came out with my own office, $25,000 a year. It gets deep, y'all. It gets deep. It gets deep. And again, that was just off of being me. My father helped to tailor my resume to get me there and put on one of his big suits until I started making my own money, you know what I'm saying, and was able to go up in that spot and get my own Jose Banks and, you know what I'm saying, Macy's and all of that. But Pops helped me out. The first couple shirts was a little big. The jacket had to be taken in a little, but Pops, he put me on that path. And what I could say is I wouldn't have even got in front of those employers if it wasn't for the resume. See, even though this great guy, Armani, was waiting, because the resume isn't Armani, it just speaks for Armani. Even though this great guy was waiting to go and kill those interviews, I wasn't going to get there if the resume wasn't attractive enough. So listen to me when I tell you guys. It's what you're speaking, how you've helped the company to advance, that's going to separate you from applicant A, B, C, and D. You want yours to just stand out. Top of the pile. They're definitely calling you. So again, speak, word it, go back if you got to rewind it. In every job, you're going to do that with. Every single one. You're going to figure out a way to word what you did instead of just listing a bunch of mundane tasks. We all know we probably don't really enjoy our jobs too much. Well, you can enjoy your job, just not the actual work. We all waiting to get off. It is what it is. So you got to make it sound interesting, even if it's not interesting, or at least make it sound how you help the company to achieve. So I gave you guys those pointers. That's really the kicker, guys. That's really the kicker. Everything else is pretty simple. If you've had no jobs, that's absolutely fine. Maybe you did some volunteer work when you were a kid. List those things on there. Your resume can just start with and only contain your schooling. That's fine. What you want to have is a objective. The objective comes before your work experience. So before you start listing those jobs, if you're a person with no jobs, have a strong objective. Mine used to start like this: aspiring salesman with this amount of experience, looking to come aboard your company to attribute growth and development. Simple. It's like 3 or 4 lines. Again, aspiring salesman with finance, education, sales, experience, looking to come aboard your company to attribute to growth and development. And that's it. It's all in the wording. While it sounds great, the word attribute simply means to put forth. You know what I'm saying? To attribute. It's like I'm contributing. Contribute. Same thing. Or you could use the word contribute, to contribute towards growth and development. You want to speak how you want to help that company to grow and develop. That's what's going to set you apart. Essentially, what you're telling them is, oh, you want to help us to make money. You just made it sound professional or at that level that grabbed their attention. So that's essentially it, guys. That's going to wrap up this video. I got to break them up and give you guys, kind of spoon feed it, because again, it's not the most popular topic, and I'm sure that, it is a little frustrating trying to put it together. But focus on your contact information first. So that's your name, your email address, and your phone number. Your address does not need to go on your resume. All right? After your contact information, this is the basic structure of a resume. After your contact information is essentially a objective or like a summary. It should sum up who you are and what you're trying to do. I'm Armani Rouse. I'm an aspiring salesman with 10 years plus experience in education, finance, and sales. I have great, exceptional communication skills, and I'm looking to use those skills to come aboard your company to contribute and be an attribute to growth and development. Rewind it back. You could literally write the same exact thing down, just take my name out. There you have it. So after your summary is your professional experience. That's your jobs. If you have no jobs, that's fine. Go from the summary straight to education. And if you don't have any jobs, what you want to include in your summary on top of everything that I just said, something to the effect of like this. Contingent things work out, and you feel that my skill set matches what the company is looking for. It would be great to have this job or to have this company as my first employer, and hopefully one that I can grow with for the long term. Essentially, somewhere in the summary, just throw in that, this would be my first opportunity and I'm looking to grow with you guys. I'd appreciate the opportunity to start gaining that experience and ultimately grow with the company. After your work in your professional experience is your education. So again, if you don't have any work experience, it's going to go contact, summary, education. Under education would be anything extra, like extracurricular activities, maybe some awards, certain clubs that you may have joined or was in while you were in school, things like that. But essentially, your resume, and it should be on one page. If you do have a huge history with your resume, you really only want to go back about the last 5 years. Even if you've got 20 years worth of experience, you don't need a 3 to 4 page. Nobody wants to flip through all of that. That's an easy way to not get your resume read. You want to know how many people applied thinking that putting a bunch of this experience and you got pages to flip through, I know they're going to call me. Don't nobody want to read all that. I wish I was in the room with my setup to hit that laugh button. That would have been a perfect time, because don't nobody really, I'm sorry. And you don't need to go back that far. Nobody needs to see. That's an easy way to get disqualified. Let's say it's a new company with a bunch of young people not looking to, no offense, and it's not discrimination, but that's an easy way to say, This person's probably pretty old or too old or older than what we're looking for. You want to be as transparent as possible, but you don't need your age on your resume. And you don't need, again, 20 years worth of experience. Tell them what you've been doing for the last 5 years and then keep it, you know what I'm saying? Short and simple. KISS. Keep it short and simple. Always remember that. Always KISS. Keep it short and simple. So again, your contact, your summary, your work experience. If you have none, fine. Go straight to education. And then anything under that is extra. It's really not even needed. I would really say, again, unless you have certifications, clubs that you've been in that were, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not exceptional, but worth talking about. Worth talking about. Then you list those things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you won the Nobel Peace Prize, of course, you want to put that on your resume. So, things like that. Or if you were in the debate club, the chess club, perhaps you were student body president, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or you volunteered for a specific organization. Those things will go into extra. But that's it. That's your resume, guys. Don't make it too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know what I mean? And don't make it too less. Everything that I just gave you right there would be fruitful. That would be sufficient for you to start getting those phone calls like you want at the frequency that you want. All right. So that's my time. I'll be back. I will post when the next one is going to be. Sundays were the designated day for the resume workshop. But at this point, we winging it like everything else on Armani TV. I told you guys, I don't have a structure here. There is no script. I am a guy who's able to freestyle and go off of the top, literally. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just who I am. And I hope to be an inspiration and impress upon others to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your audience and keep it all the way 100. Or as my man C. Franklin would say, treetop tall. Shout out to C. Franklin, the mayor of Brooklyn. But that's my time, guys. Be sure to leave a like once again. Comment down below. All right? That's what we doing. That's what we on. That was the show. So